Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer's Scrapping King. Today I'm sharing an 8.5 by 11 layout for Series 18, Christy's Beautiful Life, 30 Days of Sketches. This is actually yesterday's sketch, Day 20 by Briana Spors. And I have this really cool music collection that I'm going to use for these three photos of my son. Well, we were in Vegas. We were in one of the museums that had really cool like lights, and some of the places or some of the rooms had musical instruments. This one had a piano. So I have some acrylic stars and acrylic music notes. Those are from Peartree the stars, Peartree Cutfiles, and then the acrylic notes are actually from Shadnee's Etsy shop, which is not open right now. The stickers are from Reminisce. This purple paper here is actually Vicky Bouton, and I am going to use the purple side. This actually ends up being a monochromatic layout. I didn't plan it that way, but that's what it turns out to be in the end, and I absolutely love it. I love this music note paper. I actually bought this before we even went to Vegas, and then the lighting behind him, as you can see in the smaller photos, is purple. So it works out perfectly. This paper here, I'm not sure who this is by. It might be by Reminisce also. Yeah, it's by Reminisce also. And it has the music notes. That's going to be the main background paper. And then the black and white music note one, I'm going to bring in too. And I do not know who that one is by. It's kind of like a glossy paper, but I know I got it from scrapbook.com. And I did pick it up recently. I really can't tell you the name of it because I forgot to look. Um, anyways, I did use a whole lot of these papers, and pretty much what I had left was scraps, and I threw them away. So I completely used whatever I showed, and right now I'm just taking some ink in Distress Oxide, Concord Grape, I think is what this one's called. And basically, I'm just putting a little like purple shadow around the outside layer of the paper. And then I'm going to back it on the black and white music note paper. So I want it to be double matted or have like a little edge. It's a very slim edge. It's less than 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And the only reason I did that is because the pop of black really helps just connect the entire layout once I add the centerpieces. So in the sketch, she has a big circle in the middle that looks like a record. And that's kind of sort of what mine's going to look like in the end. I am going to have, sorry, three photos. Almost lost my voice there for a minute. One is a 3x4, the larger one that's in black and white, and then the other two are in color, but he's wearing all black, so it kind of looks black and white also with a pop of color behind him. I kind of wish the larger one was actually in color too versus black and white, but I had already printed them, so again, I'm just trying to use up what I already have printed. So I cut that circle out of the large black and white music note paper, and then I did the same thing with that other one that has the purple music notes in like the music playing, the beats, I guess, showing in the background. And like I said, I just like it because it's purple. So I don't get to play with purple very often, and it definitely is one of my favorite colors. And I love the way this layout turns out. Like I said, it really turns out great. So here I'm going to put the two little photos. They are matted on the darker purple, which was the back side of that center music note paper, the purple one. So it's like a darker purple color. And then all the stickers I pulled off came off of that one sheet that I showed, and it also had purple on it. So I was able to play up the purple on there too. That one right there in the middle, it said something about, I don't know, it was something funny. But my son saw it and he's like, "You're not putting that on the layout." And I was like, "No, I'm not. I'm covering it up with this cute little music note record instead." And he's like, "Okay, fine. You can use that." So it was kind of funny though. I was like, "No, I'm not putting it down." So then this one here says, "Let the music begin," which I thought was kind of fitting. And then up here at the top, this one says now performing, and I'm going to pop that one up. Or actually, that photo is popped up on Playfoam. So I went ahead and put the now performing up there at the top. And then I'm going to cut part of the sticker that's the piano keys, and I'm going to place it at the bottom of this photo. And then I'm just going to trim off the ends of it. It's only going to show at the bottom. And again, I was just playing up the piano theme. That's why I pulled off the round circle. That's a piano keyboard. Um, and then I will add one acrylic piece, which is going to be up in the corner by the now performing, but you'll only see it in the final photos. I actually found it after the fact. I knew I had it, but I couldn't remember where it was. It's actually from Not Just for Boys, and I had put it away in a different box, but I found it. So I went ahead and put it on, and it is in the final photos. I'll point it out when I get ready to show those photos for you to see at the end. But I do change up where I'm going to place this one down up here at the top, and then I will add that little, it's another circle and it's piano keys. So I'm going to add it up there at the top. So there'll be a circle at the top and the bottom. And like I said, I really like the way this turned out, and I just played up the different circles and then added more photos since I didn't really have one to go directly in the middle. And I think the 3 photos around kind of adds a little bit more detail to the layout. Plus, because it's 8.5 by 11 versus 12 by 12, I'm going to have more space at the bottom and the top, or the bottom or the top, depending on where you put the circle at. So that was the other reason for adding more to it. So there, went ahead and have everything attached down. I did go and find stickers. I'm going to put his name, which is Julian, right underneath the now performing. And I just thought it was something cool to put there. There's no rhyme or reason. Obviously, he's not performing. The piano was playing by itself, so it was like an automatic piano. And we just thought they were cool pictures. We like the lights in this place. This place had some really cool like light shows and stuff. And so we just walked through, and you could take pictures and stuff as long as there was no flash, which that wasn't a big deal. It was fun though. It was a lot of fun to see a lot of the different screens because they were digital screens showing pictures. And then, like I said, this one here was a piano, but it had that cool light show behind him, and we just enjoyed ourselves. So here I'm just adding some of the acrylic stars and the music notes around. And then, like I said, in the close-up, you'll see the keyboard, and it's going to be up there in the corner. I move the star and that music note down closer to his name instead. And I'm going to replace it with the piano acrylic piece, which is right there in the close-ups in the corner. And again, that just added one more circle up there. So there's a circle and a diagonal, the larger circle, and then in the middle, and then the 2 circles at the bottom and the top. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's layout. I definitely enjoyed playing with the purple theme, and I should have up another layout for you tomorrow. Thanks for coming by. Bye.